What's up, everybody? Thanks for checking in with Callie. Please like, subscribe if you haven't. So it looks like the Clippers have Kawhi locked up for at least, I'd say, another 2 years. It's a 3-year contract for $150+ million, where Kawhi will get, 50 million plus per year in the next 3 years that he's owed. And, going to the new arena, the new stadium that they're building, or that's, built and ready to go, pretty much, the Intuit Dome is definitely a good thing. And it's very intriguing to know that you have the face of your franchise that's going to be there as well when the doors open. And hopefully, after this year, pending on health and everything like that, maybe the Clippers can actually go into that building and open the doors with the championship. That would be ultimately the best, scenario that fits all, because, having Kawhi Leonard, somebody like him, for the next few years definitely ensures that not only you can bring, big names there hypothetically if they aren't able to re-sign anybody else, in which, they're in talks with Paul George and James Harden as well. So, I mean, if that's the case, then if you are able to, bring in any other big fish or big names, it would be more likely if you got Kawhi Leonard there, at the forefront. And that's definitely something that the Clippers want. And I think that's something that they really actually push for. And, Kawhi is all for it. And, obviously, Kawhi is happy with the situation and everything. We'll have to see what happens with Ty Lue at the end of the season and all that stuff. But, hey, if Ty Lue doesn't stay for some reason, maybe the Clippers would be able to lure in another big fish name coach. And it doesn't really have to even be a big name like I'm pretty sure they wouldn't go Doc Rivers or anybody like that anymore. But if they're able to get like another coach, maybe hypothetically like a Frank Vogel or somebody like that, if Ty Lue decides to leave or something, that would be fine too, because you still have Kawhi there. You got a player there that understands what it takes to win, and you got a player there that wants to win. And I feel like everybody in the organization that's playing for the team currently now is so desperate in wanting to win that it's not even funny, because this team has been injury riddled. This team has been plagued by injuries so much, and they've been doubted so much, and they've been, basically spit upon so much, as an organization, as a team, amongst the media and a lot of other people. And, every time something goes wrong with them, people always try to throw shade at the Clippers, never really try to throw any, positivity towards their way. It's just so much hate towards this team. And I never really understood why. I mean, they're in LA. We all know the Lakers, who they are and what they represent and what they've done over the years. They got 17, 18 championships. They definitely have represented the best of the best. And that's fine. But the Clippers are definitely trying to, carve their own path. And, I feel like everybody, in regards to the media and stuff like that, try to step in the way and knock them down anytime, they can. And, Kawhi Leonard is the one that's standing tall right now, saying, hey, I'm going to be here for the next few years. So all the hate, all the whatever you want to bring at us, that's fine. But I'm going to be here. I want to be a part of this. And I think we could win. And I believe we can win a championship with what we have and, the type of culture that we're building here, based upon, players staying and coaches staying and all that stuff, going into the future. But the culture and everything they're building there is ultimately good, and it's definitely a good situation going forward into their new arena. So, I mean, with Kawhi re-signing and, being happy where he is and wanting to stay where he is, it definitely should make all Clippers fans happy. And, even NBA fans, I think it's very good, and it's rare also to see a player just stay in one position, not go from team to team to team, trying to search for championships and all that stuff like somebody like Kevin Durant. He's just going from super team to super team, and he ain't got shit in the last several years. He got the same amount of championships as Kawhi Leonard, and he played with way more great players than Kawhi Leonard has. And he gets way more praise, which I really don't understand why, because he's not a better player. Yeah, he's offensively better, but all around totality, he's not a better player than Kawhi Leonard. 95% of the league isn't better than Kawhi Leonard totality wise. It's just opinionated and a bunch of people looking at basketball from one dimension, one direction. And that's fine if that's the type of fan somebody is or something like that. When we go totality base, it isn't many players I would take over Kawhi Leonard. I mean, a healthy Kawhi Leonard, as I said before, is a monster. A healthy Kawhi Leonard can guard any player in the league that you throw at him. Can't shut them down, but he can alter some things that they're actually doing, which makes them effective, which will give his team the better chance to win. Basically, we know he can control a whole game by himself. If Kawhi is healthy, his teams probably go to the conference finals or higher if Kawhi is healthy. He's just that type of a player to me. And that's the reason why I said the disrespect, towards Kawhi and this team is just not right. And especially towards Kawhi. This guy's won multiple championships. This guy has put teams on his back. This guy has literally controlled games by himself with a bunch of role players. And, it doesn't get noticed as much as it should, because honestly, that run with the Toronto Raptors, that might be the last time we've seen or will see a superstar player with a bunch of role players go and win the championship. That might have been the last of that we'll ever see that, because now it's all about, teaming up, people complaining on teams. Oh, we don't have enough. We need to go get more. We need to do this. How about work with a team that you have? How about work with the pieces that you got? How about, you just play better as a great player and, put out more? How about just, accept what you have and deal with the hand you're dealt? Because when we think about real life and in real life incidences and people in real life, it's you got to deal with the hand that you're dealt. You don't always get to say, oh man, this job I'm on, yeah, we just need to make more money and this and that, and that'll be the end all be all. Yeah, you could say that, but it doesn't mean the job's going to give you a raise. You got to deal with the hand you're dealt until your time is due to get better. And that's the way I feel like, a lot of basketball players should treat the game. And I think that's the reason why the NBA has lost fans, and a lot of fans don't show as much interest in the NBA as they do the NFL, because it's all about players just getting traded from trade deadline to deadline, from year to year, and superstars, hooking up with each other and, hanging out, having breakfast and brunch and, hanging out with each other's families and forming super teams that, nobody in the world can beat. And everybody know that team is going to win the championship unless something catastrophic happens, which is only injury. Now, of course, this situation with the Clippers, they end up getting James Harden and, Russ and all that, along with Kawhi and PG. But this wasn't a super team put together 3, 4, 5 years ago. Russ came because the Lakers didn't want him no more. You see what I'm saying? And James Harden pretty much came because the 76ers didn't want him no more. And he wasn't really trying to be a part of that organization, not getting what he wanted. So he powdered his way out of the situation. And now he's here on the Clippers. So it's like this big four or super team got formulated a little bit different than other ones. So, when we think about that, if they win a championship, I'm all for it. I'm saying Kawhi deserves another championship, and all three of the other star players, along with everybody on the roster, deserves a championship as well. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a great situation, and I'm definitely all happy for it. And I just hope that everybody stays healthy on this team this year, because I think this is the year the Clippers can actually make a run for the championship, pending any, major injuries.